I'm going to start with from Jojo, who we have a few questions for you. When the urine was collected in the building, well, let me see, first of all, how is the urine diverted in your toilets? Is it diverted in the sit-down fixtures or just in urinals?
Who is this for?
This is for Jojo.
Okay.
No, it's not. So we had done really bad experience at toilets in public or on events with urine diverting toilets. So it must be idiot proof, I tell that. So the toilet is just open, so everything goes direct into the bin, and the only thing which is separated is the thing from the urinal.
So it's
what we do,
urinals. You collect through a urinal.
Exactly, we collect through urinal, the pure urine, but when we empty the blue bins, we put it into like these huge bins, and we can dehydrate it like down there. We have a pipe underneath, and the urine can go through there. So when we bring the solid material to a composting site, it's not full of urine. It's just humid.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we have another question for Chris. Is the brilliant issues for adaptable urinals, are there any issues with smell from this urine collection funnel?
No, we really don't have any trouble with smell. Yeah, and it can be rinsed anytime you want. There can be a little spray bottle. I like to make water soaking orange peels in the water and spray that around. It's actually a good thing for washing clothes or to finish, to rinse clothes and things like that, and has nice perfume. And then the orange peels are more prepared for going to the compost pile. A lot of composters don't like orange peels, but they like ours after they've been soaked. Yeah, so it's really no problem. And actually mine, that's been going for months, probably about a year now, there's really no smell issue at all, and I don't spray anything into it, and I don't rinse it all the time. And yeah, so that'd be another study for someone who wants to work on microbiology, what all's going on in there that's controlling the smell and what bacteria are going, but it's really not a problem. And
I have a couple other questions. Oops.
No problem.
The sound quality is a little confused, but let's keep trying. A couple other questions people had for you, Chris, were about adaptations when the house is already built. Maybe a collection tank through an outside window or something else. Have you thought about so you built your house with this in mind. What about people whose house is already built? Is there a way that people can?
Right. We did this in a high school, and it actually worked great. We had to punch a hole in the wall, and it wasn't a big hole, and it wasn't a problem, and it was working for a whole month, no technical problems. And then a mischievous kid messed it up, but the 1 month proved that it was working, and there was no smell issues and no problem.
And do you ever have precipitation problems with precipitation blocking the pipes? Have you had that problem?
That's what everyone always expects, but we haven't had that problem. And with the hose buried in the ground, there's lots of different holes. So, I have never gone in to look at this, but I'm suspecting that the one hole might get plugged for a short amount of time, and then it can go out a different hole, and the microbes are working on the precipitate in the clogged hole. And so the hose overall does stay unplugged. And I have had trouble if I try to put in a fine mesh. The Struvite or whatever will plug a fine mesh. Also, you don't want to use any hose connectors. You want, from each urinal, you want the straight hose to go out into the ground. Or what I like to use is a bigger hose that goes around instead of the hose connectors that go inside. Things get plugged there, especially if there's any solids going in, the cover material.
I'd like to continue on with some more questions. Thank you, Chris. to Aldo. To Aldo, how does the toilet divert the urine at the source? Is this a divided bowl toilet?
Yeah, I have. Can I share my screen? I have a picture here of the auger system that I'm using. Can I steal the shit
Yeah, 1 second.
real quick?
Just a second.
Okay, you should be able to screen share now.
You can show a picture now.
Do you see?
Yes, there it is.
So there are two augers on the side and then one in the center. So the feces and urine are falling in the middle, and then they go to the extremities, both left and right. And then the augers, and then there's going to be a lot of sawdust in the center. And then as the shit drops and then coagulates with the sawdust, and it gets sent to the sides just by gravity, and then the augers then move the shit with the sawdust up, and as it's doing that, it's being dehydrated because we have some fans in the bottom, and then so they get concentrated at the center one, and then they come down for the final Fresnel lens heat source. So that's how I'm doing the separation and the dehydration of the pieces.
Okay, we have time really for about one more question. And as Elizabeth has said in the chat to everyone, this conversation can continue on Susanna. Susanna has been posting all kinds of things for us recently, and we're just really glad to get a better, stronger relationship with the Sustainable Sanitation Alliance. It's the most important organization for all of us. So please use their services and connect there, and we can do that. But before we go, I'd like to ask Dr. Nos, someone is asking, have you ever actually seen a village board being used successfully to monitor the use of UDDTs in a village somewhere? Great idea.
I've seen boards. I have not seen a board used with the urine diversion toilets. That I have not. There's no reason why it can't, just simply because once they accept the nutrients quality of the urine and see the additional crops, I don't see any reason why they could not be able to use that and put a monetary value on it.